name's Paul Botterill. I'm the founder of Actions to Wealth and Online Trading. Hey, Simon. Of Actions to Wealth and Online Trading Profits. And my guest and Meet Your Trading Experts today is the host of Crypto Moon, Shukri Hamid. Shukri, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I got into the best IDO of all yesterday, okay? The IDO for the vaccination. Using and I used the skill that I learned in the IDOs. Remember that day, Paul, I was showing you paid. I had 2 computers ready, right? Same thing yesterday. Had one fail, I would go to the other one. I was ready, and I can tell you this is the best IDO of all. I've been cooped up for too long.
Mate, I reckon that a few people look. I don't think Mike is with us at the moment. He's doing the flow follow-up series, the flow TTR. But obviously we've got Mikey in Melbourne under lockdown at the moment. Everybody in Malaysia, everybody in Singapore, and my thoughts go out to you guys. It's we've all done them, and they just suck. And interesting, we were talking before we came on, Shukri, about that some people use the lockdowns to watch Netflix, and some people use the lockdowns to make a truckload of money. And I did want to ask you, really, what's it been like? I think we met you now just over a year ago. I think it was March last year, so probably 14 months ago. How's the 14 months been?
It's been good because I think last year we started out when Ash and Jeff brought me into the Crypto Moon show, right? And all I can say is at that time, I showed them a real account at that time. I think that account that we started with, which is in BitREX, it had started at 11K. I think by that time was 25K. It went up to a high about 65, 75K. And then now, which is not even a year, that account topped out at about 410,000. I took out 50,000. Guys, don't forget to take out your profit, even if you don't have a use for it. Today is like 260K. So it moved from 360 to 260. So, but we're okay. And here's the difference, guys. In all this boo-ha-ha about being wrecked in crypto, look at my position. Where else could I have brought 11K to 410K? Do I mind going down from 360 to 260? Of course I'm angry, but in this anger, it's like crocodile tears. It's not real.
It's interesting because you're right? So you did a course with us in Johor Bahru from memory in about March last year, early March, maybe late February. And then you helped out. You turned up on Trading Buddies with Jeff and Ash for a while. And they kept saying to me, you got to listen to this crypto guy. And I kept going, I'm not doing crypto, not in my company. We're not doing it. And eventually they convinced me to have a chat with you. And look, it's, it is a great story, isn't it? Because 11,000 became 410. You took 50 out, you're down to 260. You made 310. So you made 300,000 on your $11,000, 29. It's pretty good, right?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's great. It's great.
And that's just one of your accounts, right?
Yeah, that's just one of my accounts. Yeah, and of course there's another one that went from 1,000. Don't discuss that. That's an even crazier number. But the common thing, Paul, is what you said before. If you want to be safe in crypto, and this is what I learned from ATW, it's always safety, safety, safety. Hey, we want to go faster. Okay, well, pull up the brake first. If you really want to be safe in crypto, always start small. That's it. There's no other secret because we're supposed to make it simple, right? Remember this one rule, always start small. I know you want to scale in. I understand that. Let that small grow first. That's it.
Yeah, mate, it's been interesting watching a few other people on the journey, but I think in the room today we've got Simon. Last I spoke to Simon, I haven't spoken to him since the pullback in crypto, but last I spoke to him, he was up about, I think, 2.2 million. Yourself up in total over $1 million US.
$1 million US. Yeah, it was like 1.4 million. So again, it's all relative. I think it's all about the cycle. That's all.
Is it different, Shukri? Has your life changed?
Oh yes, indeed. First, that I want to buy. Suddenly I can plan on buying a lot of things, although I'm not spending enough because I can't travel. Right? If you want to buy property, I want to buy land, but I don't want to buy something that I don't want to see. Okay, my gold account is doing good. That I don't want to put anything more there. I just don't know what to do now. So I put it in good old USDT, USDC, and the best problem of all, guys. You want this problem? The tax man is your friend.
There's a certain level, isn't there, Shukri, where honestly, I'm on YouTube. I hope I don't get sued for this or anything, but
Yeah.
If you're making $300, $1,000, a couple of $1,000, the taxman doesn't give a crap. It's not worth the time to find you.
Yes.
But you start making 100,000, 200, 500,000, they will knock on your door. They will follow you in a hell of a hurry, right?
Yeah, and to be fair, a lot of my friends are asking me, hey, how do you escape tax? How do you escape tax? I tell them, I don't do that, guys. I just don't do that anymore. It's not worth it for me to try to escape and get fined. I just don't want to do it, not available.
It's a different world, isn't it? And
Right.
look, I've been thrilled to see you guys come in and change your lives. And look, I think one of the things about it, Shruti, we're here to talk about the difference between, if you like, I don't even know the word really, the difference between doing crypto and trading crypto. And it's one of the things, right? If I'm not wrong, Shruti, that the world that you're in now is becoming more competitive. If you want to get into the IDO, ICO, other letters that you can put together and make into things. We've now got in Crypto Sat, and we've got a team of sort of 16 people. Some looking at FTs, IFTs. What are they called?
NFTs, non-fungible tokens. Yeah,
non-fungible tokens. Some looking at DeFi, some looking at different parts of listings, and they're on Telegram, they're on Twitter.
Yes.
It is full on, right? And us, for me, who's just an old-fashioned trader, I sort of follow that along. I watch the chat, and every now and again, I understand 3 or 4 words in a sentence, and think, wow, that's kind of cool. I know a bit of that stuff.
Yeah.
But when I spoke to you, I said, hey, look, I wouldn't mind just trading this thing. I don't want to, I don't want to talk out of school, but I recently, I bought Bitcoin at about 32,000. I sold it at 58,000. I know how to do that, right? But if I want to do it on a bigger scale, I talked about, can we trade crypto? And you said to me, well, actually, I am trading crypto.
Yeah, that is a trade.
Mate, so what's the difference between having a Binance wallet and owning crypto and trading crypto? How's it work differently?
That's good. That's a good question. Okay, say I have a Binance wallet and I have a real crypto. Say it's something like, let's do this example. Algorand. Algorand is designed at MIT, and the professor who designed this actually designed the Turing machine, without which we won't have crypto. Okay, now say you buy Algorand. When you buy Algorand for a trade, if you're long, you're obviously looking at a way to get out, right? You have your targets, you have the entry, you have your target and stop loss. That's trading. You need that. However, and that can be on Binance also. But if you are on Binance and you have the real Algorand, guess what? You also do not have that option. You can stake Algorand and earn interest on it. That means your Algorand is sitting somewhere like a bank. It's earning more Algorand, which means that one day, even if it falls down, but once it picks up, you will see a change in fortune such that, you come up to break even very quickly and you go up very fast. If you are trading that, and you don't need the real Algorand to trade, you can trade it on futures, which Binance also has. And this is what confuses people of Binance, because there's so many things. Now, the futures, of course, is not the real Algorand. Now, when you buy the Algorand, which is not real, guess what? You cannot stake it. You have to have an entry. You have to have an exit.
Let's see if we can put this into good language for people, right? See if I can get this really clear. So on Binance, you can buy the physical coin. You can stake it and get a return. Now, I don't really understand staking, how staking goes, but you put it over here in a thing called staking and people give you interest, right?
Yes, it's like a bank. Just say it's a bank.
It's a bank. It's a bank. Cool.
It can be a Binance bank. Yeah, it can be an Algorand bank.
It's nothing like a bank because it pays quite high interest, right?
Yes.
Not like real banks, right?
Yes.
Alternatively, you can go into the futures market and you can trade a synthetic product, a CFD, that kind of thing. But if you're trading synthetic products, there's no staking. And you can do that on Binance, go into the futures model and do that over there. Or you can come and do that on other things. We can do that on Fusion.
Yes.
We've also got some cryptos. But there's a few specialty places for trading crypto, right?
Yeah. There's only a few that you can trade. So in each account, you really have to check. Is it a futures product or is it a real crypto? I know this is confusing, but you have to check. Because once you check, then you know your strategy. Okay, maybe I'm thinking of staking. I shouldn't be doing it here. If you're a long-term guy, if you're a short-term guy, it really doesn't matter. Then you want the futures. One more thing, if I trade the real Algorand, get this, okay, guys, you cannot short Algorand. You can't do it. You can short the futures.
Physically sell something before you buy it. You can contract for difference short, but you can't physically sell something before you buy it.
No.
So if you're with Binance, you can't say, I want to sell Bitcoin unless you've got Bitcoin.
Yes.
Right. Which means that if I've got this right, people who are buying the physical coins, I'm going to call them investors really.
Yeah.
They can't make money in a market that goes down.
They can't. They can
make money in a market that goes up. And in a market that goes down, if they've got some, they could sell it and buy it back at the bottom. But if they don't have it, or if they've got it, they're kind of stuck with it, right?
Yes. Unless they are sophisticated, and we have some very sophisticated traders at Actions too well. So I'll tell you something. You could have one spot and one futures, and you could hedge this too. You could have long, you want to long the real one, okay? And you can have short on the futures, and that's okay. Because if it goes down, you're protected here, right?
Yep. So there's some different ways we can do this stuff, right? And look, we've got in the company, one of the things that I find quite interesting is that there's the people who are, I'm going to call it legitimately owning crypto. The people who are looking for the ICOs, that's the new coin openings, the new coin offerings, the IDOs, which is another form of new coin offering, trying to get into the launch pads. And they're still buying Ethereum and Bitcoin and Dogecoin and trying to take the capital on the way up. But really, they're looking for new coins away in and big profits quickly, right? And
yes, correct.
That market takes these days. Look, I see in your chat, where guys are 212 thousandths in the line for a new coin. Get in the top 5,000 to get the new coin.
Correct.
You've got to be good, right? You've got to be doing a lot of stuff. You've got to be fully active. It's full on, right?
Yes, or you had to be very sophisticated, because yesterday there was a line that was like 600,000, but in our Saturn group, we got that coin for free. It's a secret. Come to our free sessions.
At the end of the day, those that have gone through the free wallet course, and we're going to run another one of those reasonably soon. We're going to run a free wallet course. We're going to do a trading course reasonably soon as well. We're going to run a free wallet course. I'll get my reasonably soon to pop the link in for people who want to do that course. So one of the things you can do, like I think it's fair to say this, I know you're a bit different, Shukri, but if you're a little bit older, like me, then maybe, thank you, that's the course to the free wallet course, the link to the free wallet course. I'm not 100% sure on the date, Shukri. I should be, but I think
13th. I think it's the 13th on Sunday, right?
Yep, 13th. Yep, 13th of June. Good. So that's a free course for people who want to learn how to open a wallet and have some coins airdropped into it. We've run this course before, and people want to come and do it again, or have done it before. It's free to come along and have a look. From there, they can go into Crypto Moon and get involved, a lot more education. And from there, those that do, we've got a very elite group at the top of Crypto Saturn. We've got a lot of guys working really hard, and it's got more competitive, right? You guys will make a truckload of money, but it's not as easy as it was even 3 months ago, right?
No, it is harder, and I think that is just the nature of this market. But on the other hand, you can say that, when we say hard, it's harder in the Polkadot ecosystem, and that 500Q yesterday was the Polkadot ecosystem. Which is why I've been saying to people, if you want to go somewhere, that means this is Crypto Moon 2, and soon we have Crypto Moon 3. I'm asking the people in Crypto Moon 2, hey, don't look at Polkadot. Look at Solana and ADA, Cardano, Ash's favorite coin. Look there. Polkadot is over. It's over. Unless you were there earlier, like Simon and the first group. Then it's okay. You just milk what.
Guys at that first group, a number of guys in that first group made sort of 100K out of that sort of level right stuff, right? And this is one of the differences, right? I want to get really clear for people at home, because I think this is a really important difference, right? If you want to hit the jackpot and turn $1,000 into $100,000, the only way to do that is ICOs.
Yes.
You're not going to do that trading. It's very difficult, right?
Very.
It takes the time, it takes the effort, it takes the research, and it can give you the jackpot. And by the way, Simon, I know you're in the room. I saw you earlier. I presume you're still in the room. If you want to jump in and put some comments in here about this stuff, you just feel just absolutely fine to do that. And he's still in the room. feel free. And guys, if you have any questions, I'll do this now, guys. If you're on YouTube or Facebook and you ask any questions in this session, you'll go in the prize draw at the end. If you're in the room and you ask any questions, you'll go in the prize draw at the end. And if you're on Facebook and YouTube, if you write your name in, we'll put you in the draw at the end. So if you want to get in the draw, you can do that. Piss off, Simon. If you want to ask any questions, please ask some questions. Simon, making rude comments will have your name taken out of the draw. And there will be a prize draw at the end. Shukri, you can do it the way which is the way in which I think Crystal wins. Crystal comes second every night, Crystal. What was I saying? So there's the pathway, which is come and open a wallet, get some airdrops, go and do Crypto Moon and learn a lot more.
Yeah.
And there's a very small group that can go through the Crypto Saturn who need to be experienced people who can commit some time to it, who are working together to try and create a lot of wealth together, right?
Okay, let me just show you the difference because now it's clearer, right? So we saw yesterday there was a thing called, centrifuge. Now, there is a way to get on the white list, and we also have another way. We already found another way to get on the white list again. Now, the white list gets you an allocation. That is what we are trying to get this process right in Saturn, and then we will put all these notes to Moon, right? Hey, guys, get in early here. Now, where does Saturn go? Because Saturn, we developed that well. In Saturn, if you go in early enough, of course, you can get the allocation because, but guess what? You can get free. Those tokens are free. You don't even have to pay for it. So that's the additional thing. So what we're trying to do is why we say that, when you make money, it's easier when you make money and you become more knowledgeable because guess what? When you get the tokens free, you don't have a risk. You really do not have a risk of getting wrecked or whatever because all your investments were free, but it takes time to get to that level.
Yeah, look, it's one of the things I was talking to Mikey about. So obviously we've got Mikey who's trading crypto as well. And we've got Simon who's doing a little bit of both. Again, a bit of sort of investing and trading. It's interesting to hear the different things. And look, the way to take a small amount of money to a large amount of money is from being in crypto in a investing stage. Trading is for people who perhaps got a little bit more money and they're looking for a solid return. And again, when we say solid return, some of the returns are pretty impressive there as well, right?
Yeah.
We've got guys around who've made some pretty good money. One of the things that I do want to ask you, Shukri, is look, and guys, if you have any questions, put the questions in the questions box. I'm happy to pass them on. So, Shukri, you've got a similar amount of grey to me, right, mate? So I figure you're not that young, right?
No.
Is there a time for this where it'll be enough where you'll say, hey, look, actually, at 2 million, I'm done. I'm just going to go and live the rest of my life and enjoy it? Or is this something you do partly because you love it?
Okay, first, I love it. But let me tell you, someone asked me the same question this afternoon. When do you pull out? Okay, I'm going to give you the answer now. I know. It is hard to pull out. You do this target and it goes higher. And suddenly you put yourself in a sense of complacency that it can go higher and then suddenly it goes bam, right? What I do is this. I said that every month, whatever it is, I pull out something. Or better yet, ever it is in my mind, and people don't see this, right? I have land here, I have gold. So when the time comes to buy gold, or when the time comes to buy land, or when the time comes to buy property, guys, I'm boring. Seriously, you guys don't know me, okay? I'm very boring. I just do it, regardless of where the crypto market is. And when I do that, I find that I'm not subject to all these big drawdowns and all that. That's all I do. Have some kind of target that you are going to commit to.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things, Shukri, where at some stage, you've actually done this already, but
yeah.
Great, I'm going to jump into that in a second, Simon, thank you. But one of the things you want to do in crypto, right, is you put 10 grand in, and one day it's 100 grand.
Yeah.
And the first thing you do is take your 10 grand out and play with their money.
Yes.
But you go, okay, well, look, I put 10 grand in, I'm going to grab 20 out, so I've made 100% of my money, and then I'll play with their money, right?
Yes.
But get your money out. It's one thing we need to do always is get our money out.
Yes.
We've got a couple of questions coming on. I want to talk to you more about, look, we're going to run a program on teaching people how to trade crypto as opposed to invest in it, to do the CFD brokers, who are the good ones, how you open accounts with them, what you do, your approach, what you're going to teach on the course, we're going to do all that kind of stuff. But I want to ask some questions first. Some Christians some countries like South Korea are considering a ban on Bitcoin. how would this affect the future of the crypto market?
Okay, that FUD, all this China, Korea, and all that, we had that in 2017, and we're still stronger. I think the real FUD now is about China not really chasing out all the guys who are mining Bitcoin, but that's good. Then you have the Bitcoin miners more distributed all over the world. And when China doesn't allow IDOs and ICOs and all that, and even some accounts, that was in 2017. It really is now.
Look, it's one of those things too. If you have a moment, I don't know how much of a sharing mood he's in, but Lloyd certainly has a very cunning stocks plan around what's going on with that. In fact, on the last Crypto Moon, on the last Meet Your Trading Experts live and free that we did with Lloyd, he talked about a way to take advantage of some of that stuff with the changes in the mining. Simon, this was our biggest mistake, not taking enough profits. We learned the hard way last weekend. And look, that's part of it, isn't it? And one of the things about owning crypto, right? For a long time, I didn't know what they meant by HODL, but HODL means hold on for dear life. And part of owning crypto is understanding that one day you're up 100,000, and the next day you're only up 40,000.
Yes.
And you've got to be prepared. If you get rid of it at 40,000, when it goes back to 100K, you kill yourself. And don't kill yourself. Don't, please. That's not what I mean. But you doubt yourself. You worry about it. And I think again, for Simon, look, this is part of it, right? I think you have to learn from the hard way. And look, I think you guys know that my old business partners in the background involved with the IT for Privacy Swap. And I'm in their chat. I've been watching that, and it went from 7 cents up to $70, and everyone's talking about having diamond hands. Just hold on, don't sell. And it's now at $29 because no one had diamond hands when it started. It's easy to say, have diamond hands. Hold on when it goes down. But people can, and the truth is that if you put money into the stuff that you can't afford to lose, then you can't hold on. At some stage, you've got to get out before you do serious damage to yourself. And these are the difference between amateurs getting, and this is the thing, right? You've now got a team of 16 in Saturn, right, working pretty hard on this kind of stuff. The difference between the professionals and the amateurs now is the amateurs are back in crypto to be like they are in other markets, where they're just going to get served up because you actually do have to know what you're doing and have some support around you and have some leadership to succeed at it, right?
Correct. And instead of having diamond hands, can we add another thing? Have diamond hands and diamonds, like you have to sell those diamond hands to get diamonds.
It's going to be one of the things I do think with this stuff is that getting into crypto is getting more and more complicated. You've got to have, these days, even 6 months ago, you could have probably one wallet. Now you've got to have 5 wallets and a mask and, all kinds of different stuff going on, right? It really is changing.
And that's what you were saying, that's the problem with this. So, okay, you're saying you have 5. This is true. If you are investing in all these new coins and that, now look at this problem. If something happens like last week, you have to get into 5 different accounts. No way. Even if they were online, even if everyone was like online, you still wouldn't have time to get into 5 different accounts. And some during last week, we saw, right, you could not even get in. So this is like, I know this is the black swan, but in crypto, black swans like often happen.
Yeah, look, this is it, right? If you want to play in the kind of market that has the kind of returns we're talking about, at the end of the day, somebody's winning and somebody's losing to some degree. And you've got to be good at it, and you've got to be prepared to sit through the bad times. From Crystal, HODL should be the second rule. First rule, torch should be take profits into stablecoin.
Well, HODL has always been the first rule, but there was always that second rule. But I think it's this because, again, I was shocked last week, Paul. I was shocked that I saw a lot of Facebook posting on crypto. I should ask them to post earlier. I saw a lot of people who I thought would never go into crypto, that there's internet marketers going into crypto. Had I known earlier, I would have gone out. I really would have gone out. I didn't see that.
Look, if you take Privacy Swap, Shukri, it's launched at 7 cents and went to $70. And they've done a really nice job of marketing it. And look, the guy I know who's involved, again, he's only vaguely involved. I don't know exactly how he's involved. He's a guy with some integrity and they'll be doing it properly. But if you don't think that every marketing company in the world is looking at it and going, if we can get a coin and market it, we are going to make a lot of money, because that, 7 cents to $70. If you put $10,000 in that at the start, you're done. And it's there's some great opportunities. Look, Simon again saying, I think you have to learn the hard way to progress someone. I think it's right. I think one of the things about it, Shukri, is that this is something where you need some mentorship.
Yeah.
But you also need to understand that this market is now a complicated, busy market, and no one gets it right all the time. You're going to buy things that don't work out. You're going to have things that don't happen the way you want them to happen. You're going to have a week or a month where nothing works out at all, and you are going to have to learn your lessons. And the truth is that even your mentors can't keep you completely out of that in crypto. Yeah. There's some in the owning of crypto anyway.
Yeah.
Mate, I want to talk a little bit about trading as opposed to owning, right? So I know there's just been a big pullback in the market, and I know that despite that, your account's still heavily up as a percentage, right? That's a small account to start with.
Yeah, it's a small account to start with. It's gone up like 5 times. ROI is 421%. So it's basically 1,000 became 5,200. Now it has more than 1,000, of course, but let's just keep it simple. That's trading, and that's trading, and I can tell you how I simplified it.
So how did you say? Let me start off. Let's pull it back a little bit, right? So over here you got Binance and MetaMask and CoinDesk and all of this stuff, right? Yeah. Over here, who are you with?
eToro.
You're with eToro.
Yeah, because I simplified one account only, right? Account. I can see
not multiple. You log in, one account.
No.
With eToro, it's CFD trading to a large degree. With crypto, they actually have physical crypto behind, don't they? They do have physical crypto behind their crypto, right?
Correct. Yeah. I only have one. I only have 1 point of login, and that to me keeps it very, very simple. And eToro has a lot of things. So eToro doesn't have a lot of cryptos. You guys might think it's not good, but for me it's good, because then I cannot have what they call it. Then I cannot have the shiny object syndrome, right? I only have that to work with. Okay, now we can focus.
And what you're trading on, I think from memory, eToro got about 8 coins, haven't they?
Yeah, now it's 10.
10 but they are not the coins that are doing ICOs and IDOs and the poker whatever. So the stuff that you're over here owning is not the stuff you're over here trading. No. So you automatically hedge to some degree because you're in different areas of the market, right?
Yes, correct.
They've got the Big 10 volume. They've got Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin, that kind of stuff, right?
Yes, the boring stuff.
Yeah. So on the boring stuff, you made 400% in how long?
That was only 5 months.
That's with a 50% pullback in the market in the last couple.
Yeah, that's with the 50% pullback. It has very strict rules pertaining to pullbacks and when I bail out of the account, right? So that's kind of good. But let me tell you the secret to this. It's very easy. Like you're trading in Forex, like Paul.
Oh, don't tell us.
Something at the bottom and something at the top. You know the levels, right? Yep. Say NZUSD hits a level here and you kind of know what to do. There's always this memory about the chart, what it does at that level. The problem with the new crypto is that it goes up and nobody knows. Where's it going to go to? Nobody knows. The thing good with the boring cryptos is that, hey, we've been at that level before. We know. Because let me show you an example. This is what I like about these amazingly boring cryptos. This is one of the coins that I like. It's Dash. Look at that, guys. There's range here. But look at all these levels here from 2018. First thing, it has not hit the all-time high. So you're kind of like, hey, we have a long way to go. The second thing is when you are trading in the range here, and please follow Jeff show, you don't know how to trade in range, it's easier, right? Jeff says, come back into the range, re-challenge, go out again, re-challenge. And then when it comes back into the range here, Paul, it's a gift to me because you know what? Hey, I know what happened here before. Then it's easier rather than it being here. I have lost all my sense of I don't know where I am. I don't know where I am. And it's like, okay, if I take profit, it may go up higher. If it goes down, I start praying that it goes up higher, which is not good. But this is very well defined. That means that you can even see, okay, where's the next target if it goes this here? Where's the next one here? It's here. And here is almost similar to here. Oh, what a coincidence. You can't do that with the cryptos.
You can see a couple of levels just on the far side of that spike as well. They've got You know,
Yes.
that got nearly touched to the cent if you the second last price spike up, right?
Right.
One of
Right.
the things that I think, one of the things that I really like about crypto, I think I don't want to bore people with this stuff, but a few years ago, a friend asked me to write a stuff on TradingView,
Right.
and I had he had a name for it, and I wrote some stuff on some of the coins, and we went to number one on TradingView pretty quickly on the weekly and the daily and the weekly. We got to number 3 monthly, I think. So we were pretty good on there. And the thing, that stage I'd never seen crypto really, but having never seen it, what I liked about it was just beautifully technical. It just goes to levels, and Bitcoin just goes to levels.
Yes.
And I noticed that pullback the other day, popped down to a recent high at 29, around 29,400, then took off again.
Yeah.
And it loves to come down, and it's a product where that your horizontal levels might hold. I think they're actually again, if you can get out of your own way and keep your headspace clear, they're pretty simple to trade, right?
Yeah. Because this is all the mature things. These are the mature things. Bitcoin been
there's
around.
no interest rate change coming, right? There's no interest rate change. There's no unemployment news affecting it. There's none of those fundamentals that drive currency markets around. There's none of those valuations that sit in the background and balance sheets that drive stocks around. It is just you look at the chart.
Just
Elon Musk, he does have a bit of and look, interesting to see some different big name guys come in at different times and talk about owning crypto and not owning crypto, and markets do like it. But even then, my experience when they come out is it just goes to support or resistance. It comes down to support, goes up to resistance, and maybe it blasts through one, it stops at the next. But I personally found it very easy to analysis on it. I was surprised. At this stage, literally, I was looking at charts, and I'd never heard of the coins. I had no idea, but I was just putting some stuff in there and going, "Wow, that's going there," and the success rate of that was, amazing, because there was about, I don't know, 30,000 other people posting on TradingView. I don't know what they were doing. Don't know what they were looking for, but boy, if you just took some technical levels, it was pretty easy. So, mate,
as long as they're mature, because they've been around for quite some time. It is the new one. So this is it. If you want to go moon, you have to take on the riskier ones.
Yeah.
But if you can control, and your levels, and you can control your trading, and realize that you have to take profit along the way, you can go the old coins, and 5 times in 5.5 months is not that bad actually. But remember, when you go the old coins, when I have Dasher at, what is this? Dasher at $207, it's not going to go to 20,000.
Yeah.
It's just not.
Yeah, and if it had, by the time it got there, you'd have been in and out 15 times anyway, right?
Yeah. Right. Yeah, you have to have that attitude. Yeah.
Simon's, we've got a lot of guys trading, and I'll talk particularly about you, Michael, and trader Mikey and Simon, who are trading a bit of crypto at the moment. And look, Simon's trading it very aggressively. You're trading it very technically, but I think, and Mikey's just trading it very technically as well. All are having a fair amount of success by keeping it really simple.
Yes.
And Simon's saying here, his lesson from the last couple of months is take some money. And look, I think that's part of evolving a strategy. Simon was buy side only, and that's a great way to trade in an upside market. But you do need to take some profit and have some stop losses tucked in behind on this kind of stuff, I'd have thought. So you're with eToro.
Yeah.
Opening an account with them is pretty much as simple as providing an ID card and a opening a trading account, right?
Yes, but now I've heard that for some countries, the validation takes some time, but it really depends. That's why when you take your picture, make sure it's your best picture. Especially if you take your passport, like I've said to you guys many times, I have an iPhone here. I also have something called an Oppo, because the pictures in Oppo are sharper. So you might want to borrow your friend's Android phones. That gives me a better result, and I get approved faster. Just small little tips.
Look, it's one of those things that's unfortunate, but if you're from New Zealand like I am, eToro won't let you trade, won't let you copy accounts. That's the other thing. There's plenty of options to copy accounts, copy portfolios. I can't do that with eToro because I'm in New Zealand, or my residence address is in New Zealand. It is a bit different for different people, but really, it's a pretty sharp looking platform, isn't it?
It is, and it's going to get listed on the NASDAQ. So I think they've had their Binance moment when they first started. It's very mature. It's very mature. And even last year, then the good thing about eToro, okay, nothing is perfect, guys, but at least for eToro, it went down last year. It did, when things were not busy. But during that panic that day, it was like, hey, it's like nothing had happened. It was there.
Yeah, you can still log in. You can still do your business, right?
Yes.
When the people who are in the big coins and aren't leveraged to pieces, you're going to be okay, right?
Yeah, and because of this, I think it's because of this, Paul, because they are going to be listed. So I think that they upgraded their system in preparation for the listing without finding out, like Robinhood, but hey, we have too many customers. Like, I'm sorry. Okay, that's nice. Like Robinhood finding like, hey, we don't have enough. We can't give you any more margin. We have to borrow money. Okay, that's great.
Yeah, look, it's and look with eToro, right? I was going to ask you a question about them. So you open up an eToro account, and simply you're able to jump in, jump out, trade the stuff, get access all the time, and when it's going down, you can short it and make some money, right?
Yes, you can. Yeah.
Nice, right? So really, if you're looking for, you won't turn $1,000 into $100,000, which our guys have done with coin listings.
Yeah.
But if you want to not spend time on Twitter and this and have 5 wallets and a MetaMask.
Correct.
I've got to say I don't even know what a MetaMask is, but I know I need one.
Yeah.
There's a lot of these things. If you don't do all that and you want to get involved,
yes,
you can just come and trade this stuff. And eToro is one of the places you can do it. I'd imagine there are plenty of others as well, right?
Yeah, and the best thing is, say you have this idea, I want to go into that exciting coin, eToro won't allow you to do that. That's good, okay, guys? That's good. No shiny object. Stick to what you know. That's what I love about eToro.
It's just nice and simple, isn't it? And look, it's one of those things, Sukri. Everybody likes the shiny coin and the big result and all the rest of it, but 400%, 500% in 5 months with little risk. And the other thing for you, right, is a real key to this, right, is that if you're going to trade crypto, no leverage, right? Don't leverage. I mean,
no leverage.
2 to 1's fine, right? 2 to 1 on Fusion, no problem, right? But don't start 100 to 1 your 30 or 40 to 1 your crypto stuff. Because it moves 25, 30%. You don't want to be leveraged into that, right? On the way up, you're pretty happy. On the way down, you lose your house. It's just not the way. Right?
Because this is it, guys. On the way up, guess what? You're like flying a plane. You lost control of the plane, when it's up. What do? Take profit, man. I know you want to go higher, but I'd rather not do that. I just take profit and look at lo and behold, now it comes back to the levels that I'm familiar with. That's great. Like, hey, not only that, let me show you another one. And see, the thing with this, guys, it's just not exciting. It's super not exciting. People don't talk about it. You go on YouTube, nobody talks about this. Maybe I should talk about it because nobody talks about it. Got to give them some love. Okay, let's see. This is Neo again. This is like so boring. Nobody talks about Neo nowadays. Give people some love, guys. Look at that. Same pattern, right? It still has a way to go. Suddenly, hey, guess what? We're back in the rate. Look at that. It loves that level. Look at that. And look at that. That is almost equal to this. It's back in the range again. Okay, so we're back to familiar territory. But of course, no one wants to talk about this because it's the old thing.
Can I confirm that's Bittrex pricing? But when you're trading on eToro, you use their charts. You can use the TradingView charts.
Yes. You can use eToro has a chart, but I don't like it. I rather use this. It's a little bit different, but it's okay. But just look at this, guys. It's coming back to familiar levels again, and that's cool. And now we have to go back up here, and then we have another scale. We have another journey here, and that's fine. It will take time.
Let me ask you this, Shukri, and please don't. I don't mean any offense by it, but you're going to teach people to trade crypto, right? Yeah. And you have a great record. You're up 400% or 500% so far this year. But what we're also saying with this is that there's not a 300-page manual of complicated stuff. This is a really simple thing to do. You can do this in a few minutes a week, just monitoring your stuff, staying a little bit in touch with crypto. This is what we call this is the lazy man's approach, right? If you want to do this without learning everything and knowing everything, this is how you do it, right?
Yeah, because these have been around for so long. The thing that will push this up, and this is good, it's just like this, guys. To say this, it's like this. This is how do you call it? This is like, how do you say it? It's like a rock star. He's forgotten, right? This is like a forgotten rock star. It's gone because this was the Ethereum challenger in 2008, 2017, 2018 is forgotten. So now you only have two things. It will either range, and you know what? If you're lucky, because they are introducing Neo 3.0, you get that bump up. You're done. So you are kind of playing in a range, and all you need is one big move. Kaboom! Your account is going to go up by a lot. That's it.
Right. Look, okay, so.
And you don't have to read all the Twitter things. Don't need to do that.
Yeah, but boy, you guys, you know, again, it's one of those things, right? Even in forex trading, right? You find a trader like Ash, and he lives in the data.
Yeah,
he loves the data, right? And there are other traders, you know, Mike is more like this, where he wants to look at the charts, make a simple decision, and move on. And both can be successful. Yeah. You've got to do what you're good at. And if you're the data guy, then get into Binance and buy your product and spend first 3 months working really hard at learning it, or do Crypto Moon with Shukri, find a way to learn it. If you're the guy who doesn't want to live it, I mean, I've got a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old sleeping upstairs. I do not want to spend an extra 40 hours a week learning crypto. Then this is the way to do it, right?
Yeah, correct. And I have very strict rules on when I kind of bail out of these things. For example, here now, just say that I have one. This is what I will not do. Okay, guys, I'm just giving you an example. This account, because it has gone from like 1,000 to 5,250. Now it's back at the same level. When I started here, just for example, I started with Neo with a $500 bet, right? Am I going to start this with a $5,000 bet? No, I've only started with a $1,000 bet because I know the upside is so much. So now as your numbers go up, guess what? Your risk doesn't need to be higher, because you know with a small number, it can still go up. And that takes care of things. That's why I love this. We are back at the old levels. We can continue with a smaller amount of capital relative to that and still make a lot of money.
Look, and this is it, right? That risk a little, make a lot's a pretty good way to trade. And look, and you know, it is, you know, the crypto market won't offer this forever. But while it does offer it, if you don't have the time, this is the thing, right? This is you know, if you say to me, I've got to work 40 hours a week for the next 6 months to turn $1,000 into $100,000, I'm going to tie down the time. Yeah. But if you tell me that I can just look at some charts and make some decisions and turn my $10,000 into $30,000, $40,000, $50,000.
Yeah, correct.
You know, hardly, right? That sounds pretty cool to me. Yeah. So, Shukri, in this program you're going to run, where you're going to teach people to trade this stuff, what are you going to teach them?
We're going to show the boring coins, and I'm going to give you the narrative of the boring coins. That first is boring, guys. These things are zombie chains. I'm just telling you that you're not going to an exciting world. And then I'll give you why, the narrative, why they may go here. So that means that this is the assumption again. This is our model, okay? Here it is. They're boring assumption. They're not going to go anywhere. But they may go somewhere. And you need to know this for every single coin you have. That's it. Next thing that you're going to do is, okay, now how do you set the account? Not the account, rather the portfolio, right? The sizing is so important. Like I told you just now, how I'm going to start this account, small amounts always first. And then it's just monitoring. And most important thing, cut loss. Where do you cut it out? How do you balance? And Simon knows this. How do you balance this out so that you don't cut it too early?
Yes, so this is the balance, right? You've got to let it run to make lots of money. And when it crashes, you've got to bank some money quickly. And getting that stuff right is a bit more complicated, right?
Yes.
And on your currently, Toro, you've got an auto cutout, right? You say, if it drops this much from the top, get me out.
Yeah, get me out. My only mistake was I should have measured the equity number from the ATH instead of the daily close. But the point is that I did what I had to do. No, I didn't want to do it, guys. I was still confident. But you have to do what you have to do, because you just evaluate the situation. This may not be going your way, and if you have to cut it, you just cut it.
Mate, we got a question from Gibson. I think he might be a bit of a non-believer. If you trade a range and set a TP, how will you still benefit from the breakout from the box?
Okay, here it is. When you go here, it's always like this, right? This. Here is how you do it. If I am here, I take profit. If I am here, I take profit. I will let it run here. It's a risk. It may still go back down. I always say, first try, we take profit. Second or third try, we may let it run. Again, look at this. The more tries, the better it is. I have 1 here. I have 2 here. I know this is a critical level. Maybe if it goes down here and tries here, I might just let it run.
Shukri, can you put a horizontal line across from the top of that last high?
Yeah. Let me take this here. This. Let's go horizontal line. We're gonna have a lot of horizontal.
Go up to the top. Go up to the top of that last move there. Yep. Back down this last move.
Yeah, there it is. Look at that.
So the reason you can make money is because you know targets like that.
Yes.
Right. That has just gone straight to a previous high and bounced, right? And look, sorry, it's missed it by a few cents, right? So it's about,
doesn't matter.
But if you can trade, and when you're playing breakouts at the $60 mark, that maybe you're going to bounce it, maybe you're going to leave some in. But if it breaks the $60 mark, you've got a target, an initial target. The initial target's back a little bit from there, around the $100 mark. Take a bit off at the round number around the $100 because that's paid before. But there's a big time target there, and if you're prepared to sit and take some profit and just take normal trading decisions.
And it remembered this level. Remember, it's remembering this level. This what you found out in 2017, Paul. It remembered this level.
And look, at the thing is with crypto again, it's all it's got. There's people who remember levels. What it doesn't have is reserve banks doing this and that, and all the rest of that stuff, and full institutional accounting teams going through accounts for companies, mate. So you told
them one more thing, guys. Look at this. In any normal market, okay, if this were not crypto, you would have breakouts like this. You would have breakouts like this. But look at here. Look at how it went here. So big. So by catching moves like this, you're like, hey, the number in my account changes, right? And then you don't need to do anything. In fact, some of my profit was not on was on EOS. When I got that big move, I didn't do anything. I just didn't bother to even look at it again. Thank you very much.
And this isn't an opinion. You've made over 400% this year, right?
Yeah, correct.
Look, what I'd like to do, Shukri, is I know we're going to run a course.
Yeah.
Look, I'm just where there's a lot of. Sorry, man, I didn't mean to say it like that, Gibson. I'm sure you're a believer, mate. So we're live on YouTube. We make this stuff up as we go sometimes. Seems like a cup and handle.
Yeah.
From Pushudula. Seems like a cup and handle. Look, it's really interesting. I don't trade cup and handles personally, but
Yeah, that's the cup.
There's the handle.
There's the handle. Yeah, it is.
Nice. Look, so we're going to run a learn to trade course. We're going to have them open eToro accounts. They'll need to have an ID and a bill with your address on it, and you're going to show them how to do that. They'll need to put their own money into it. We're not funding these ones for you guys. You need to put your own money into it, trade your money, and you're going to show them how to do that, right? And look, if you've made 500% this year, 400% this year, value on that course is, I don't really know, quite a lot. I thought 40 grand. Profit.
Yeah, it's a lot. But remember this picture, guys. I just want you to remember this picture. You don't understand this picture, go to Jeff's course. So Jeff has a model. I think you got to remember this model. What does he say? A range is, a breakout is always the road to the next range. Now, there was no range. That doesn't even matter. I'm saying that this is what we do. If you are anywhere here, if you get out here, you have very small losses. If you get out here, this is what is different from Jeff's range. You don't even need to wait into range because you know why? This has gone so high like that off the charts. Like, why aren't you out and just go to the bar and have a drink?
Look, it's one of the things when you say that, Shukri, if you are looking for a way to understand range trading, jump into Trading Buddies with Jeff on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday with Ash at about 4 p.m. Sing. The UK Open they run, and they're magnificent at trading range. Jeff is magnificent at trading ranges. It's his thing, and if you want to see that done, jump into Trading Buddies live on YouTube, Facebook, and learn that stuff. They're bloody good at it, mate. Normal price on this is 497.
Yeah, 497. Remember, Paul? But then this crash happened. Like, oh my god! And then we had to call. Okay, what do we do?
So, what are we going to do as an offering today, mate? We've got this course in 10 days. What are we going to do today?
of $400 is 97. We want to make it affordable, even for Malaysia. Hey, this is 299 ringgit in Malaysia. This is 97 Sing. It's Sing dollars, guys. I forgot. It's more discount because we normally price in US, right? So first we took the US dollar and then we made it into Sing, and it's even affordable for ringgit. And yeah, you will learn something. You won't learn the heavy stuff. As I said, let's not go to heavy stuff. It's like Neo is the boring coin, but this can make it go up. Litecoin has been around there for years, but these are the changes that may happen that can make it break out. That's all you want to do. All you want to do is catch this. And Gibson was asking, Gibson, you should ask, how do you know which one to catch? Okay, here's the deal. What if in this portfolio, just as an example here, I have this and I have this, and it goes like this, and this goes like that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if I take profit on one here. I already have money, right? I let this run. I'm not going to catch both breakouts, Gibson. I'm not going to catch it. That's why I say I'm very realistic here.
Look, it's one of those things, isn't it, that, we're not saying that, come along and this is shukri magic and everything you touch makes you millions of dollars. Yeah. What we're saying is that this market's still available to be traded and traded in a profitable way. And if you have good technical skills, which we'll teach them, and look, trading crypto is different to trading Forex, right?
Yes, because you look here, there's no range, right? It range at the bottom here. It's like, hey, it's back before. I know the levels. I know these levels. Okay.
It's one of those things, right? So for 97 Singapore dollars, they're going to get to spend a day with you on this, right?
Yes. Simple stuff, guys. Simple stuff. Don't expect the coins. If you hear something on YouTube, I'm going to warn you. We may not cover it. We're going to cover what you just, where did that come from? Okay, that was the top 10 coin that was doing nothing. Yes, those types, okay? The boring ones.
Great. And so what we're going to do is we're going to do a boring content course for a day where they can put $1,000 into an account, and if they, and they should be, they may be able to get a good return if they do what you say. But it's not the heart attack stuff that, crypto can be. Look, one of the hardest parts, I think, of being a crypto trader a crypto investor is that I remember when I first started trading, I don't tell the story often. When I first started trading, I traded 1 minute charts with no indicators. And boy, it was intense, and boy, tiring and stressful, but boy, it was exciting. And every day you were just charged up with adrenaline, and you'd get to the end of the day and just be absolutely exhausted. And the danger of being in this crypto thing for mine is that adrenaline starts running you and making decisions because you're so used to big amounts of money and excitement, and then it crashes and you're all disappointed and you're just all over the place. And these things start to impact your decision making. Whereas what we're doing here, we're not talking about it going straight up and you're making 50 times your money in 15 minutes. We're talking about this going up and you're making 50% a month if you're lucky.
Yeah, correct.
It's not. And again, I'm not saying you will make that. I'm just saying that's the sort of the possibility. It's different. It's a lot calmer, and I think it's a lot easier for people who aren't professional traders. Boy, I have some respect, Shukri, for you and Simon, really, that in this journey, you've taught yourselves how to deal with the different amounts of money. Because people think it's really easy, but it's just not. Trading $10,000 and trading $500,000 is a different world. And, full respect for the fact you guys have learnt your lessons and found ways to do it where you can keep your risk low and continue to make great money. And look, may it last a long time. I think probably
but
maybe
Paul,
6 to 18 months to go.
When you talk about risk, that's what I learned in Johor Bahru.
Yes, control risk, right?
Yeah, control risk. What is this guy talking about risk every day? Okay, maybe we'll share some new content tomorrow. Okay, risk thing again. And you will say that you are just wanted to make Forex safe. And that's what we're doing here too. To me, this is the safest way in crypto that no one is teaching this. No one talks about this. Yeah,
and look, the truth is, I think you told me, I could be wrong, Shukri. I think I heard this from the other day that in that look, it's on the class, Stu. It's on the 6th of June from 10 a.m. to 5:30, 4:30. Yeah. We'll be getting out to Julian's show on that day.
Correct.
That's right. It's on the 5th of June.
Yeah, 5th of June, yeah.
It's the 5th of June. Sorry, from 10 to 6. It's on Saturday, the 5th of June. My mistake, guys. Sorry. answer that question. I completely lost my train of thought. What were we talking about?
Let's see. Talking about I told you something about safety, right? Being safe in forex. This is safety in crypto. That's I think that's the number one thing. You know, just if you want to trade, you need to be safe first. Lowest common denominator.
Look, if I'm not wrong, Shukri, you told me that during the big day down recently, there were 800,000 account liquidations.
Yes.
So that's 800,000 people who traded on margin.
Yes.
Who got margin called and had their account closed on them, and their money was gone forever.
Yes, forever gone.
And that's the impact of trading without proper risk control.
Yes.
800,000 accounts. Now, these are crypto accounts, 7 billion in liquidations.
Yes.
Simon's just come with 7 billion in liquidations. And look, people take all this stuff for granted, and they hear it from us all the time. But for God's sake, if you're going to do this, look after your money. Yeah. Don't put the money in this you need for your mortgage, because it's insane to do that.
Correct.
And control your risk, because this is what I will tell you. I can't tell you whether crypto's got 6 months to go or 18 months or 18 years. I don't know the answer to that. What I can tell you is if you're active in this market and you control your risk, 5 years from now, I would expect you to be in a very good place. Yeah. And if you're liquidated because you're over risk, you are not in a good place. And that's the difference. And that's why we control our risk in Forex. That's why we control our risk in this. 7 billion in liquidations.
Yep.
So on the way down, $7 billion was lost.
And a lot of Facebook posts.
You know the worst part of it, Shukri?
Uh-huh.
Here's what I'll tell you, right? In that 7 billion, I don't reckon there was a professional in there. I reckon that's mums and pas and teenagers and people's, the money their mum left them in a will, and it is the people who can't afford to lose, who make these mistakes, and they get destroyed. It doesn't matter what the market is.
Yes.
Here we go. Correct. 7 billion GDP was 8 million US. Look, whatever it was, I've got a few people commenting on this, whatever it was. Well, let's just call it a ridiculous amount of money. And look, I really encourage you to take one thing away from your dealing with my company. Understand managing your risk and staying in games long term, because the people who are still in the game 20 yees from now have some money, and the people who aren't, well, they're broke. So please learn the lesson. Crypto is so, and this is what I was saying to you, that, Shukri, it's so easy to have made $1 million and given it back and been liquidated last week, right?
Yes.
All over. How many people have done that, right? And that's the difference. You've got $1 million and you've still got $1 million, and that is worth doing, right?
And the thing is this, Paul. I think, the bad thing is this. May 12th, I don't know, last week was May what? May 12th or early May, there was another liquidation event. And I think I showed the people in Crypto Moon at that time, somebody was liquidated to the tune of 149,000. So it's like people saw this 2-3 weeks before, and yet this still happened. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know why people are learning. Maybe you can tell me about that. Why didn't investors learn before this? Because this also came out in the news, and yet that happened. That happened.
Shukri, what happens is because everybody believes it won't happen to them. Everybody's got some sneaky plan where they think, if it happens, I'll have this and I'll do that, and then when it happens, it's over before they move, right? They're at work, retail investors, and and to be honest, mate, people talk about greed and fear. Let's be honest, mate. Greed rules it all. And when you've turned your 10,000 into 500,000, people try and turn the 500,000 into 50 million. And, and look, let's be honest, mate. Normal people like you and me, what the hell do we need 50 million for?
Yeah.
What's the point of that? You and I don't have enough time to spend it, Shukri.
I know.
There's left for us, right? How much land do you want, right?
Guys, even in Singapore, I don't have time.
Singapore, you can buy a house for that, right? Yeah. But not on Sentosa. You can't buy a house on Sentosa for that, but outside of Sentosa you can. It's but and greed's a huge thing, right? And look, I remember, Shukri, I tell the story sometimes about my first 3 days in trading when I turned 2,000 into 52,000 US dollars, right? Mm-hmm. And it was a hugely learning experience for me because emotionally it made me believe things that just weren't true. And giving that money back was a pretty easy thing to do afterwards. And or some of it back. Yeah, look, that's what I did, Crystal. That's why I got out at 58K. When Gordon called Doomsday, I put my stop losses up underneath everything.
Yeah.
Got taken out of the S&P, got taken out of Bitcoin, got taken out of oil. Who cares, right? I made enough money on all of those. It doesn't matter, right? What I don't want to do is be in them now. I wanted to be out, you know?
Yeah.
I think, so why it happens is because people think it won't happen to them, because people are lazy and don't monitor, and because people not necessarily, they over leverage either with leverage or just with money. And they say, well, I've now got $500,000, so I'll risk $400,000. And before they know it, the market smashes out. They've lost $500,000. It's done. And while they're doing that, you're risking $5,000.
Yeah, correct.
You know, it's like, oh, well, you know, I got hit the other day. I lost $15,000. Well, who cares?
Yeah.
Right? When you've got $1 million, right?
Yeah.
But when you turn that million into 30,000, it's a bad old day. Mate, there's enough on that. Look, what I want to do right now, we've been at this for an hour. What I'd like to do right now is I'd like to give a prize out. If they've asked a question in the show,
Crystal.
Put them in twice. Crystal always misses by one. She's our favourite runner-up of all time. Crystal. So again, guys, if you do want to do Shukri's program, click on the link. It is Saturday, June 5th. On June 6th, we're doing a Bring Us Back to Forex trading program as well. There'll be some information on that next week in my show. I've got Alexis in. She'll be teaching that. We'll be talking about that next week. Big day, that 5th of June. We should have got that right?
Yeah.
Let me see if I've got this right, mate. Let me see if I can remember this right. 5th of June, Shukri's birthday.
Yes, it is.
James's birthday.
Yeah.
5th of June, my youngest son Alexander's birthday. How did we get that date wrong? Your birthday, James' birthday, my youngest son's birthday, we got the date wrong. That is insane, right? Just well, we can trade, Shukri, because I'm not sure we can do too much else well. Maya's currently putting all the names into the Wheel of Fortune. She's duplicating. If you're on Facebook or YouTube and you write your name in right now, then Maya will add that to the list as well. We'll give you a chance. What's the prize? Well, I think the prize today, we could give you the free crypto course. To open a wallet, but giving away something free as a prize seems a bit lame. So what we will do is we'll pick someone out today and we will put them in the June 5th Learn to Trade Crypto with Shukri course. We will do that for one winner. We will give you a chance to spend a day and not pay $4.97, not even pay $97, just for being on my show today. You can have a chance to do that program for absolutely free. How's progress? Ready? Here we go. I think Crystal wants to do it. I think Crystal is keen. Rightio, my
Crystal.
Here we go. Crystal.
It's a miracle.
It is a miracle. Crystal, you are in the room and we have a winner. So, Crystal, Mai will let James know it is a Thursday. James is working Friday, so we'll be in touch tomorrow and organise you free access to that. For the rest of you guys, I'm going to show it. Settle down, Simon. Brilliant, guys. For those of you in the little investing group, we'll talk to you on Sunday night. I'll be back for market overview with the team on Sunday at 5:30 Sing, 9:30 New Zealand. Congratulations, Crystal. Well done on the win. I know you have been second at least 5 or 6 times in the past, so it's nice to see you win another one. And I think you will love the program. Look, Shukri, a few weeks ago, I decided to change the format of this show, and that while I'm happy to promote different products and that kind of stuff, that I want to do less scripted questions. I just want to come in and talk to people about what they do, and I really appreciate your honesty about what you do. So thank you very much. And as always, mate, on all honesty, the chance to spend a day with you on anything to do with crypto for $97 is insane. I appreciate you doing it at that kind of price for us, and I really do.
But
it's not. There's no upsell, right? This is just straight out. This is we'll give you a chance to do the moon thing, obviously, but we go back that pathway. But there's no trading course plus a trading course plus a trading course. This is one course, learn to trade crypto.
See, because I just want to turn down this volume on Facebook of a lot of people that got wrecked and they're still posting it. But that's wrong. They didn't know what they were investing in, so let's do something. Because, and I also want to show that those of you that attended the class that, hey, I didn't go into all this Doji coin, Safe Moon, Shiba Inu or whatever cat coin. That wasn't it. And that is what I want you to know and to explain to these people. Hey, maybe there's another way. There's a boring way.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things, mate. It's the truth is that that crypto is full of stories about incredible wealth being created incredibly quickly for people, but there's some tragic stories, and they're the same as anything, right? If you don't know how to do it properly, there's a price to pay, and if you think you can completely shortcut it and just get yourself in there and guess at this stuff, buy some coins and see if you get it right, well, you're 1 in 1,000 chance, and 99 of those people are going to lose all their money, and education in this way is hugely important. Great to see some of the people in the room. Candice, it's wonderful to see you back in the room. It's been a while. I do hope that we're looking after you as you come back into it. Candice, you need to be in the Forex course on the 6th, coming back into that, or you or your husband. Charlene, nice to see you as well. Good to see Crystal, Ali, Gary, Gibson, Maria. Always good to see you guys. Impressed. We still need to have a chat. Paresh, Paul, thanks for the comment on the haircut. Guys, got your haircut. Raymond, Simon, look, guys, thank you all for joining us. I will see you next Thursday. Alexis will be in talking about intro, return to Forex program. For now, thank you very much, Sukri, and good night, everybody. See you guys later.